Silly season is in full swing, and what comes with silly season? Well, mock draft. So this year, I'm going to throw my hat into the ring of that circus. We're going to do a mock draft. We're going to do it a little bit differently. I'm not going to do just one official mock draft. We're going to do a couple of different ways and a couple of different approaches. After you watch the video, let me know if you guys enjoyed this. But before this video starts, I want to make sure I tell you guys to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and ding that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload a ton of great off-season content coming, and it is consistent. So make sure you're subscribed here so you can get that consistent flow of off-season content. Also, want to give a shout out to the patreon.com dog check tier members. And as always, I start with Michael Matique, the most dangerous man in Cleveland, DJ, Marino V, Cleveland Cart, Matt H, Greedy Shoulder, Gemini, Liam Freeman, Fight Dirty 74, Yo-Yo, Matt Lloyd, Paul Wilcox, Hundo, Magnifico, Rob Ferron, Kyle Stouffer, Lukey from Munich, Deveroff, J Guy 101, Musty Taco, Joe Bobby, Brad Cabo, Dylon W, James McGinty, Arinda Hall, Rex Kaufman, Chad Gimme, David Maldonado, Andrew Sadeo, Dylan Hill, Josh Bendor, Jalil Salim Jr., Martha Crustnut, Mark M, TJ Showman, Stuart Moore, Bubba Regretti, Anthony O, Cleveland BCI, Robert Jermaine Jr., Dave Mike May, John Cummings, Andrew Hirsch, Curtis Bear, Batman Rush Sharir, Barack Kumar, John Albert, Beerman 069, Masayua, Buds of Roland, James Nemo, Mac House, Reeve Hurst, Philip Wilcoxon, Marie Vivert, Keith Anderson, Sean Barron, Goggles Bizano, Corporal Nick Lopez, Dom Godzillo, Nick Nasty, Ian Williker, Colin 216, Anthony Latham, Christian, Matt Bond, Dave Strong, Michael Stone, Soul Train, Charles Work, Billy, Michael Holdenack, Moose Gentry, Austin Z, Mark Burnett II, Andre Griffin, Otis Wolf, IT Rex, Greg Ehlers, Austin Boland, Kirkabard, Jesus Serrano, Chris Fawn, Pickdown, Browns Backers, Mark Kahn, Johan Hulf, Kevin Johnson, Max Aldojo, and Water Bear Marketing. Again, guys, thank you for your support. I appreciate it so much. Now let's talk about these mock drafts. And to do this, I have to jump into the mock draft machine. All right, y'all. So we're going to get into this mock draft today. How I'm going to do this is we're going to do, I think, 3 mock drafts. 2 ones where I'm not going to be controlling the other teams. We're just going to go on random, see who ends up at 26 for the Browns, or if there's a situation I see fit to make a trade and see what I would do there. And then in the last one, I'm going to be controlling most of the teams here and make some key selections and kind of explain that so you can get a whole kind of NFL view on why I think the draft board's going to line up. Now, I'm not a draft expert. This is not professional advice. So please don't take what I'm saying too seriously. This is just one man's opinion who watches way too much football. You go through here. And this year's draft, man, is polarizing, right? Like, as I scroll through these power rankings, I'm pretty sure a lot of you disagree with what you're seeing here. Trevor Lawrence 1, that's one thing that's kind of agreed upon between everybody. But then after that, Zach Wilson at 2, Justin Fields at 3, that's debatable. Then you got Penei Sewell. That one, that seems pretty universal. Kyle Pitts seems universal. And then the whole wide receiver argument, right? Jamar Chase versus Jalen Waddle versus Devonta Smith. Micah Parsons, is he really the 7th ranked player in this draft class? All kind of questions. Trey Lance hasn't played but 1 season. He did that and he did that in the FCS. So people have questions about that. A lot of just different questions. And then of course, we got Mac Jones. Who? Mac Jones. Yeah, Mac Jones. People talking about taking Mac Jones in number 3 overall. All right, so let's jump to the mock draft simulator. We're going to do 1 round, just the Browns here. And we're going to leave these values pretty normal. We might mess around with them on the second try. We're going to start this draft off right here. I'm going to put it a little bit slower than this so I can see what's going on. And we're going to go. Obviously. Whoa, what? All right, man, it's that kind of draft. They went Zach Wilson number 1 overall. Now it's not going to be that crazy. The Bengals went with Penei. The Falcons, this is a terrible, like if they draft like this in real life, but the 49ers traded all their future for Jamar Chase. If Trevor Lawrence goes number 2, if Rashard Slater goes before Penei Sewell, this might be one of the worst drafts of all time. But it might be shaking out like that. This draft's been crazy. It's been wild. It's been random. J.C. Horn's off the board. We're going to stop here. All right, we're going to stop here at 16 because it's an interesting situation that I see happening. Now, this is not a realistic draft situation just because nothing that I've seen here in the top 5 looks accurate. I don't think Mac Jones is going to be there at 15, as crazy as that sounds. But let's say right here, and let's look who's available, right? You guys know who my favorite 3 players are in this draft. J.C. Horn, who's already went. Jalen Phillips, the edge rusher from Miami, not Greg Rousseau. I don't like him at all. And then you have Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, who is my sentimental favorite, but probably not the first guy I'm jumping off the board to take there. So this is a situation where I would be okay with the Browns jumping up from 26 to somewhere within, 18 or 19, especially with Miami, since they already got the pick there from their original draft position. Well, not their original draft, but from the Texans, jumping up in there and securing one of their guys, if they have that packet of 3 players that I have. Now, that's just my opinion. If I were drafting for the Browns, I would trade up with Miami and try to get Jalen Phillips or Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, because I know I could at 18. But let's see how this plays out. Let's see if I'm right or wrong to do that. Patrick Surtain, Darius Shaw. This is a terrible mock. This is not its best. Rondale Moore went 22 to 5'8". Wow. All right. So the Jaguars on the clock. Who they take? All right. So I'm in a great situation here. I can take Jeremiah. He is my sentimental favorite, but I don't think linebacker is the biggest position of need on this team. I think if you like somebody just as much as you like Jeremiah, you got to take the guy who has a little bit better need. So I would take Jalen Phillips in this situation, and then the Ravens take a tackle. All right, so this is a bad mock draft. I don't like how this one shook out. Pro Football Focus is giving me a C minus, but let's see what kind of other grades they gave here. Yeah, they gave out some terrible grades on this one, so don't take these grades to heart. All right, let's do this again. We're going to run another mock. We're going to have care for positional value. Put that right here. Randomness. We're going to knock that down one more. Draft for needs. We're going to push that up one value, and then we're going. Is this just a 3-level thing? All right, we just gonna do that like that. All right, and then I'm gonna select the Browns. We're gonna push that up right there, just a little bit more on the PFF side. All right, start the draft. Pause. All right, let's see what happened in the top 10. All right, so this is a little bit more reasonable. You have 3 quarterbacks going, Panay going there, Kyle Pitts. Okay, this looks good. This looks good. Trey Lance, probably not going to go there. Mac Jones in the top 10. I would think it's more likely that the Lions take him, even though, I know they traded. They didn't trade for Jared Goff. They received Jared Goff in the trade. So I don't think that's going to stop them from getting to Trey Lance or Mac Jones if they really want to. All right, let's go here. Let's pause. All right, did I get there? All right, so I'm in a bad spot, right? This is why I want to stop at 15. This is rolling out what I think is a little bit more realistic in this draft. And this is why I wanted to stop at 15. You notice how when you get to 15 after the Patriots, most of the guys you want, strong chance of them being there. After that, J.C. Horn, he might go off the board. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, he might go off the board. Now you got one player you really like in the first round who's available, and you're kind of in a bad spot. And we'll just see what happens, how the draft board shakes out. But, this is why you would want to trade up at 15 so you can get one of your 3 guys. Now, again, I'm not assuming that Andrew Berry's 3 guys are my 3 guys. I'm just saying from my perspective, I have 3 guys I really want, 3 guys I think can be starters day one on this defense and make a difference. J.C. Horn, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, Jalen Phillips. I know people are worried about his injury history. I'm not worried in the slightest about that damn injury history, to be honest with you. All right, now the Packers want to trade with me. Now, this is risky, right? Because my guy's there. My guy is there, Jalen Phillips. Now, I took him already in the earlier one. Since this is entertainment, let's see what I could fleece them for. So we're going to trade that. I'll give him Philly's 3rd rounder. And I want a 2nd rounder. A 2nd rounder this year. And then, throw me a 5th. Yeah. Throw me that extra 5th. You got that compensatory 5th. All right, let's see what you want. Do you like this? No, they don't like this. All right. Just give me that. See if they take that. Oh, they did. Okay. All right, so they just wanted to give me their 3rd. That to move back a couple spots. We'll do that. All right. And I can still get my guy. got the extra trade pieces, got the extra draft pick. And I like that. I like that. Traded my 26th pick to the Packers. Got the 29th. I think that's is that a late second round pick? I think that's a late second round pick. So I picked up an extra second. And then, I dumped off a third, and we just kind of swapped compensatory picks there. So I like that one. I would be happy if it shook out that way. That'd be nice maneuvering, get extra ammunition if you want to. You pick up an extra second, really a third. So that's cool. All right, let's do another mock, but this time we're going to control all the teams here. We're going to go through, and this is going to be the time for y'all to get mad about how I feel about one of y'all favorite players in this draft. So let's do it. All right, so here, obviously, Trevor Lawrence going number 1 overall. The Jets, I don't think Zach Wilson is the second best quarterback here or the guy who should go number 2. I think in a realistic world, right, there's an argument for Trey Lance. There's an argument for Justin Fields, and I think the argument for Justin Fields is a more logical one. I'm not the biggest fan of what I've seen from Justin Fields on tape, but I do know I've seen 2 years of Justin Fields in legitimate Power 5 competition versus Zach Wilson, who has been playing independently, not in the conference. And, while I got a lot of respect for the FCS, the Missouri Valley Football Conference, Trey Lance only has 1 year of competition on a team that routinely, goes undefeated against that competition. So it's a whole different level that he's playing on of unfair versus his competition. So with all of that there, combining the logic with what you see on tape, it should be Justin Fields. But we know what should happen isn't what always is going to happen. Again, I'm saying this is somebody who's not a great fan of Justin Fields as a pro prospect. But number 2 is probably going to be Zach Wilson, because don't this scream New York? Zach Wilson, that just screams like something they would do. They fresh off Sam Darnold. They're going to get Zach Wilson. They're going to get them the same one. Now here, again, Justin Fields, that should be the pick. I do not think this is what San Francisco is going to do. I do think that they're going to get a quarterback. I don't think they're dumb enough to trade all this capital for Mac Jones. I just don't believe it. But I do think that they're going to take Trey Lance, because Trey Lance has a lot of upside. He has some experience in a pro-style offense at North Dakota State. And, if you want to run what San Francisco runs, Trey Lance is really a great prototype for that in theory, right? He's 6'5". He's very athletic. He has experience coming under center. You just need him to kind of grow, or at least get used to the jump that he's going to see in level of competition in the NFL versus the Missouri Valley Football Conference. So I think this is who they want. There's a lot of smoke out there about Mac Jones. Justin Fields is a logical choice. I think they like Trey Lance here. I think they go Trey Lance here. Now, I think if the 49ers do go Trey Lance here, the Falcons, I get they got Matt Ryan, and Matt Ryan's a good quarterback right now, but he's getting older, and we saw how these relationships can kind of deteriorate really fast. So just look at Matt Stafford. You didn't think about a year ago he wouldn't be on the Lions anymore. So I think the Falcons going to be thinking ahead, and if Justin Fields falls to them at 4, I think Atlanta has to take him. Hometown guy. Remember, he's originally from the state of Georgia, so that means something to them. And also, this is probably the most, outside of Trevor Lawrence, the most talented quarterback and the one you have the most tape on. So I would go Justin Fields here. If this situation pans out for Cincinnati, where they got all these guys on the board, this is a dream scenario for Cincinnati. And it's dependent on the NFL getting a little silly. So here, I think they would take Panay. That makes the most sense there. I know it's been a big debate within Cincinnati fans. Panay, Jamar, take the tackle. Just take the tackle, flip him at guard if you need to. Maybe something doesn't work out with Riley Reef. Maybe Jonah Williams doesn't work out. Maybe you need to put him at guard. Now you have that flexibility, and you want to have that flexibility on the offensive line versus having 15 wide receivers on the roster. I mean, you can have Jamar Chase. All that means you have to get rid of Tyler Boyd or one of the other receivers. And at that point, what's the point, right? Is Jamar Chase going to be good? More than likely, yes. But is he going to be that much better than Tyler Boyd or T. Higgins? No. So knowing that you would have to give up one of them in the future to keep Jamar Chase, why would you do that? Now we get here to Miami, who they're in a weird situation because, I don't know what they're going to do because I don't love the situation at quarterback. I don't think Tua's going to be the dude, but, they don't really have any other option here. I think they're just going to go best player available. I know it's not a need, but you take Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is there. All right, so now the Lions. Now I get it. Look, they traded for Jared Goff. They didn't trade for Jared Goff. They received Jared Goff in a trade for a first-round pick. They're going to go Mac Jones here if he's available. And that's going to make the Panthers mad. Look for a team to trade up at 6, right? The Panthers are going to want a quarterback to put in there. The Denver Broncos are going to want a quarterback to put up in there. So look for 6 to get spicy for a trade or 5 to get spicy for a trade for 8 or 9. I think that's going to be the case. Right there, you have to take Jamar if he's there. They have a needed quarterback, but they don't really they can't do nothing. I think they'll just panic and take Rashad Slater or something like that. The Cowboys, they got a whole load of issues, so they're just going to take the best corner available. I think it's Patrick Surtain. All right, so the Giants, they're always apt to do something interesting in the NFL draft. They want an edge rusher. They'll get an edge rusher. This is what Dave Gettleman would do. He would think he's the smartest guy in the room. He'll take Jason Owens right there or something like that. I would never do it, but I'm just kind of ragging on New York at this point. All right, so now we're going to jump into a bunch of teams I know you don't care about since we got the top 10. We're going to fast forward and do a recap, so let's cut. All right, so we're at pick 24. Normally this is Pittsburgh, but I had a trade happen here. I did this manually. We'll look at the picks that I kind of skipped on you guys. Patrick Surtain, Jason Owen, Jalen Waddle going to the Eagles. I think that'd be a great pick. You got the Chargers going with the tackle. Kwity Paye going to be an edge defender going to Minnesota. Devonta Smith slipping to 15 going to the Patriots. That will be interesting to watch. I could not wait to see that. Or I could wait to. I don't know. I'm just interested to see what Bill Belichick would do with somebody like Devonta Smith. Christian Barrymore going to the Arizona Cardinals. J.C. Horn at 17. I had Micah Parsons falling. And if that's the case, I do think Pittsburgh would trade up to get another linebacker. They're thin at that position. Yes, they got Devin Bush. They like to be kind of too deep. And Micah Parsons is a nice piece for a 3-4 defense because he has that size and speed combination, so you can use him as an edge rusher if you need to in certain situations, kind of play him inside, outside, and I think you would have a nice combination there, and I think it would be worth the trade up. Pittsburgh's one of the few teams in the NFL that will trade up for a linebacker in the first round. I think they'll continue that trend. Rashad Bateman goes to Washington. They were an offensively inept team at times last year. Elijah Moore, same thing goes for the Chicago Bears. They got a lot of things wrong. Gregory Rousseau, whatever his last, my bad if I mispronounced it, Rousseau, he goes to the Colts. My issues with Gregory is that I don't like his burst off the line. He just looks very slow off the line of scrimmage. He's long, but he doesn't seem like he has great technique to use that length, and I think sometimes that length works to his detriment. There's a lot of great film reviews out there on him. I encourage you to watch. I encourage you to just watch his film itself and just see if you like him. I don't like him. Don't watch the highlights, though. Watch the tape. Greg Newsome, because we know how bad Tennessee needs some DBs. Same thing goes for the Jets. And now we're here at 24 with Miami now selecting. In Miami, I think they'll probably just snag Jeremiah up. They don't got a real need for him, but it's a surprise that he's out there. They'll take him. They'll take Walker Little here, and then the Browns are on the board. You know how I finesse this. I want Jalen Phillips. So that's mock draft number 1 for me. Oh, hold on, wait. The Ravens. Damn, who the Ravens going to take? They gonna take this dude. They gonna take that dude. All right, so that's mock draft 1.0 for right now. This is just kind of a fun gloss over. I haven't really gotten super serious into this. My film reviews of certain players are popping off. I have already done one of Jeremiah. I've already done one of Jalen Phillips. So I'm gonna keep them coming. I'm also gonna keep these mock drafts coming. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think it's a realistic possibility? Who do you want at 26, and what do you see happening? Let me know. But again, guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Have a good night.